The Saudi Pro League is up and running, of course, with Roberto Firmino getting himself a bloody hat-trick on his debut, of course. What's going to happen in match number 2? We're going to take a little look next. Prediction video today. We look forward to match number 2 over in the Middle East. That's right, it's Saudi Pro League, and yeah, a bit of a stuttered start maybe for some of the bigger boys, but we're up and running, and we've got some goals, of course. We'll talk about it in a second. Of course, if you're new, where you've been, smash your subscribe button, bounty, all things Saudi Pro League related, Blabbing Rovers related, world football related. We're gonna know here, boys, under one roof. Yeah, of course, as we talk right here, right now, Neymar is about to join the big old shindig, the party down in the Middle East by, of course, joining, I think it's Al-Nassr, is that right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Of course, everybody, whoever's quality right now is heading over to the Middle East. So it just gets better and better. But anyway, today we're going to talk about match number 2. So if you're new, of course, check out the links down below. And a big shout out again to my Patreons. And if you want to support the channel in another way, check out those links down below. Patreon, I'm on Twitch as well. So check it all out. But let's go to the deep end and have a look how we got on last time around, including you. So let's have a look, of course. So here we go. These were the results. It all kicked off on the Friday, August the 11th, of course. Ali with a big 3-1 win over Al-Hazem. I went with a 2-0 win myself, so not too shabby on that one. We got Tai with a 1-0 win over Damac. Of course, I went with a draw there, so I slipped up, to be honest. Fahd with a big 3-1 win over Khalid. I went with a 1-0 win. Riyadh, 2-1 win was my pick over Wehda. I went with the result was a 1-0 win. Of course, Al-Fateh with a 1-1 draw there over Taiwoun. I went with the win myself. So actually, I went with the win. There was a draw in the end. Abha Club picked up a loss against Al-Hilal. 3-1 and was final score. 2-0 win in my eyes. Al-Raed lost to Al-Ittihad, of course. The champions. 3-0 win on the night. 2-1 win in my eyes. Shabab with a 1-1 draw against Akhdoud. And probably the biggest game of the week was FC Al-Ettifaq. They beat Nasir, of course, 2-1. I went the other way. No Ronaldo, if I caught that right. So, Bassani, I think, is up and running. Let me check that all out for sure. Sadio Mane is up and running. Yeah, goals from Quaison and Dembele. So some of the big boys chipping in already. And I believe that is the Jordan Henderson / Steven Gerrard team, so correct me if I'm wrong. This is what the table looks as of right now. As you can see, it is early days. But of course, Ronaldo's team not doing that good down into 12th. They've got a little bit of work to do, but it is early, so don't worry. Of course, don't forget the prediction league is wide open. It is free to enter. Get in amongst it. The link should be in the chat down below in the comment section or description, whatever it is. So check it out. Just like these guys, of course. Have a little look at these. Fantastic 8. I call them the Grateful 8. Frosty though picked up 7 points. Well done to Ryan with 6. James BFC great 5. Shadowdog got 5. Hans Worst, Imran Hussein with 4. Shepherd rounding up the numbers in 3. So early doors there, guys, but don't worry, keep on going. It just gets better and better, does the old Saudi Pro League, as we go into the next round of games, which is match day number 2. So let's get into it then. Kicking it off with the first one. It's Damac up against Riyadh. That's right, coming at you on the 17th of August. Now, of course, I'll have a closer look at this match. These two sides, according to my eyes, played each other twice since 2015. One for Riyadh, nothing for Damac, and 1 draw. Of course, the biggest win, the only win for Riyadh, was a 2-1 win. They scored 3 goals in those 2 games, 1.50 goals game ratio, compared to Damac's 2 goals scored, 1 goal game ratio. Just 42% form for Damac right now, heading into this. Riyadh, though, 58% form, but they've also not lost. They've lost none of the last away matches, so they fancy their chances on this one. That 2-1 win was back in April 2016. That was last time these two sides played in Damac. And of course, got basic odds on this one. Basic odds go in favour of the hosts here. Damac are favoured for the victory with Riyadh, the underdogs. Of course, I'm going to go with a cheeky 1-0 win for Damac as well, going along with the bookies, and of course, potentially with the form book as well. Next up, of course, we have these guys. It is Khalid up against next, who have we got here? Ali, of course, coming at you also on 17th of August. That's this coming Friday. They played each other just 6 times in 2014. 3 for Al-Ahli, of course. 3 draws as well. Khalid with 0 wins at the last 6 games. That's stretching back to 2014. Khalid, though, coming to score 6 goals in those 6 games, just 1 goal game ratio compared to Ali's goal record of 4-0 win was the biggest win over Khalid. 14 goals in those 6 games, 2.33 goals a game ratio heading into this. They are unbeaten in the last 5. It's 75% form for them right now. Against Khalid, who are, of course, 50% form for them. 1-2 lost to and drawn to, of course. Coming into this, last time played each other over in Khalid, it was a 2-2 draw back in March 2017, according to my data. Again, my data could be wrong. Just let me know down below. Of course, the odds on this one, got basic odds. They go in favour of Ali on the visitors on this one. Khalid, major underdogs. So don't touch them with the barge pole. But to be honest with you, I've already made my pick and I'm going to go with it this way. And it is a 2-1 win for the hosts. A shocker. Of course, you could probably put that wrong already. But we'll see. You never know. Football is a strange old game. Into the next one, we've got these bad boys. Of course, it's Akhdoud. Oh, it's Fateh. That's right. Coming at you on Saturday, August the 18th. Now, these two sides, according to my eyes, play each other. They've never played each other. But Akhdoud coming to this on 42% form for them right now. Just 1 defeat past 4 for them. Of course, however, 3 defeats in the last 6. Up against Fateh, managed by Slaven Bilic, unbeaten in the last 4, picking up a couple of wins and a couple of draws. 58% form for them over the last 6 games, of course. Fateh with a cheeky draw against Taiwoun last time around. Akhdoud picked up a draw against Shabab in the early days on matchday number 1. But the odds for this was quite a little bit more even Stevens, but Fateh are favoured for the victory on this one, with Akhdoud and the draw on the same sort of odds on this one. So what do we go on this? I'm going to go with my gut. My gut says 1-0 win for the visitors. Slaven Bilic's men continuing an unbeaten start to the campaign. That's at the Prince Hatul Stadium. Let's go to the next one then, shall we? It is, of course, another chance for get Ronaldo's boys up and running. It's Nasir up against Al-Taawoun, that's right. Of course, coming at you on August the 18th. These two sides have played each other, according to my data, around about 27 times since 2011. We've got 20 wins for Nasir. We've got 5 wins for Taawoun. We've got 2 draws, of course. Biggest win for Nasir was a 5-0 win, scoring 55 goals in those 27 games, 2.04 goals a game ratio. Up against Taawoun, of course, their biggest win was a 3-1 win, scoring 32 goals in those 27 games, 1.19 goals a game ratio. Of course, Nasir coming to this on 75% form for them right now, just 1 defeated past 6. Up against Taawoun, who are unbeaten in the last 6. 92% form for them heading into this. They've not lost any of the last 7 away games or 7 games period of Taawoun, so their run goes beyond 6 games. Nasir haven't lost any of the last 5 home matches, but the last time around they did play each other was a 2-1 win for Nasir back in February 2023. Of course, Nasir will open up with that defeat to Ettifaq. Of course, Taawoun with a draw against Fateh. The odds here go in favour overwhelmingly so for Nasir. Strong favourites to win this one, to bounce back and get their first win of the campaign. And that's where, of course, I've gone with a cheeky tuna win to predict that game on this coming weekend. Next up, we do have this one, Wehda against Shabab. Let's get in the deep end on this one then. Of course, this match taking place on the 18th of August. Now, these two sides, again, played each other 14 times since 2012. 3 wins for Wehda. We've got 9 wins for Shabab, 2 draws, of course. Wehda, 1 win and 5 for them, 33% form for them right now. And, of course, Shabab, 67% form for them right now. Back-to-back games without a win. 14 times they played each other, 9 wins for Shabab, 3 for Wehda, 2 draws, 1-0 win was the biggest for Wehda, scoring just 12 goals in this 14 games, 0.86 goals a game coming into this. Georgie Donis is the man, of course, pulling the strings there, ex-Rover, up against Shabab with Marcel Kaiser, the governor here. 3-0 win was their biggest, 27 goals scored in those 14 games, 1.93 goals a game ratio heading into this. Last time around in Wehda, it was a 2-1 win for Wehda. That was back in January 2023. Wehda, though, opened up with the one that lost to Riyadh, and of course, Shabab picking up a draw against Al-Okhdood. The odds here go in favour of Shabab with the victory here on the road. Wehda look like they're going to be relegation candidates in the bookies' eyes. I'm going to go with a cheeky 1-0 win for the host again, backed by Georgia Adonis on this one. The only Rovers connection I can think at the moment out in the Saudi Pro League. Next up, we do have it's these bad boys. It's into Sunday's games, I believe. Nope, still on Saturdays. It's Hazem up against Al-Ettifaq. Of course, come at you over in the Al-Hazem Club Stadium. Played 8 times in 2015. 1 win for Hazem, 5 wins for Ettifaq, and 2 draws, of course. 6-0 win was the biggest for Ettifaq, scoring 23 goals in those 8 games, 2.88 goals a game ratio. Up against Hazem's, of course, biggest win for them, 3-2 win, scoring just 8 goals in those 8 games, 1 goal a game ratio. They come into this on 75% form. That's Hazem, just 1 defeat past 6. Up against Ettifaq, who've won with 3 on the spin, with Steven Gerrard as the manager there. Of course, last time around, over in Hazem, it was a 3-0 win for Ettifaq. Scored 8 goals last time around, back-to-back over the course of the 2021-2022 season. Of course, Ettifaq with a 2-1 win over Nasir, big win for them. Hazem with a loss in the first game against Al-Ahli, of course. So the odds here go in favour of, again, Ettifaq with the back-to-back wins, it looks like, according to the bookies. Eyes on this one. For me, I've gone with a cheeky 2-0 win for Ettifaq. Into Sunday's games we go now. Surely it's Abha against Al-Raed. That's right, coming out on Sunday the 19th of August. Now these two sides, again, played each other 8 times since 2019. 5 wins for Al-Raed, 2 wins for Abha, and we've got 1 draw, of course. Abha's biggest win, 2-1 win, scoring just 7 goals in those 8 games, 0.88 goals game ratio. Up against Al-Raed, whose biggest win was a 3-0 win, scoring 13 goals in those 8 games, 1.63 goals game ratio. Heading into this, they come into on 33% form, just 1 win in the last 6. Abha's also 1 win in the last 6. Again, that's probably pre-season and all that kind of jazz in the mix. Last time I played each other over in the Prince Sultan bin Abdul Aziz Stadium. It was, of course, a 2-1 win back in August 2022. The away sides only won once of the last 6 between these two sides. Abha with a loss opening day. Raed also with a loss. Both sides looking for a win. The bookies going with the hosts on this one, and I'm also going with the hosts with a 1-0 win for Abha. That's right. Kicking off forward is this guy. Coming at you also on Sunday. It is Hilal up against Fahd. That's right, coming at you Sunday, the 19th of August. Played each other 12 times according to my eyes since 2017. 6 wins for Hilal, 4 wins for Fahd, 2 draws, of course. Hilal coming into on 67% form for them right now, winning 4 of the last 5 up against Fahd. Unbeaten the last 4 as well, 67% form for them. They played each other 12 times, of course. Biggest win for Fahd, 4-2 wins, scoring 11 goals in those 12 games, 0.92 goals game ratio. Up against Hilal's biggest win, 5-1 win, scoring 17 goals in those 12 games, 1.42 goals game ratio heading into this. Last time around, of course, over at the King Fahd International Stadium, it was a 2-0 win for Hilal way back in August 2022. They opened up with, of course, a 3-1 win over Abha, and, of course, Fahd with a 3-1 win over Khalid Shahid, of course. The odds go in favour of the bookies here. The bookies go in favour of the hosts. Comfortably favoured on this one. I'm going with them as well. 2-1 win to keep on keeping on, and they'll be sitting pretty at the top of the table. I think this is the last game coming at you right here, right now. It's a big one as well. It's Ittihad up against Tai. Now, these two sides will play at the King Abdullah Sports City. Played each other 5 times in the past since 2017. 3 for Al-Ittihad. We got Tai with, of course, 2 wins, 0 draws, of course. Ittihad, biggest win for them, 2-0 win, scoring 5 goals in those 5 games, a goal a game ratio. Tai, though, committed with 1-0 win, was the biggest, scoring 3 goals in those 5 games, 0.60 goals a game ratio. Of course, Al-Ittihad, of course, 83% form for them over the last 6, including pre-season. Tai with, of course, back-to-back wins for them, 33% form for them heading into this. Last time around, it was a 2-0 win. Ittihad, of course, back in May 2023. Of course, the bookies will go with the hosts, overwhelmingly so. So don't even touch the away side with the barge pole. Going to go with a 3-1 win, a monster win for the hosts to, of course, make it back-to-back wins. And, of course, if I'm right, this is what, of course, the results will look like in all their glory. Take a look at it, take a picture. Of course, this is what the table will look like. It'll be just 3 teams at the top of the table, unbeaten. 3 of the bigger boys. Of course, Nasir playing catch-up. We're expecting, of course, a feisty competition for the title this campaign. I think there'll be more than 2 sides in it. And of course, it could go down to the wire. Of course, don't forget the predictioning is free. Get amongst it. See if you can out-predict me, the Prediction King. We'll see, of course, back next week when we look forward to match number 3. But that's it, guys. Of course, subscribe, thumbs up, hit the little bell. Of course, non-stop shop covering the Saudi Pro League. And of course, make sure you give some loving on the channel as well. Subscribe, like the video, and of course, smash the old button so, of course, you don't miss a beat. Until then, guys, I'll catch you all later. But until then, be safe.